Hey guys, it's Alberthium back with another guide, and it's going to be the Savage Beastfly 2.0, the one in the far fields. Now, I watched a couple of these guides and they really don't focus on explaining to you in depth, so that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. And you know how this goes. Before I even think about asking you to click that like or subscribe button for me, please allow me a chance to earn that from you. With that being said, let's get in on this. And this is basically going to be the build that we are gonna be using for this boss fight. It's going to be extremely useful, so make note of all these tools and look for them if you don't have them. But this is going to be extremely helpful. Okay, the boss fight itself. Now guys, I am gonna just pause here for just a second and say that at the end of this video, I'm gonna link to you how to obtain 2 upgrades for the nail, and there's going to be a third one at the end of that video should you feel adventurous and confident enough to pursue it. Okay, so very beginning of the boss fight, you can actually get a couple of hits in, which is why the reason is that we have charged an attack. Now here is something that I need to explain to you when it comes to this boss fight. This fly is like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, like you shouldn't move. But at some points you kind of don't have a choice. What I mean by this, that you shouldn't move, the less you move, the less you confuse the trajectory of the fly. So when it's going down, you jump on it, but don't pogo on it, because if you pogo, it's gonna come to the other side and it's gonna lock on to where you were, maybe in the air, somewhere in midair, somewhere close to the ground, and it might be a very awkward next jump. So what do? Let it go, jump over it, pretty much stand still, and then we start throwing around a few of these little tags, and you're gonna be seeing even more why we are using these tags. So anytime it goes into lava, it's gonna spring out right underneath you, and this is again not moving basically. Well, when I say not moving, I mean mostly jumping up and down. Along the horizontal you absolutely can. And this attack, well, you saw what we did there. We also used the claw shot to get out of harm's way, and now this charging attack comes again, and you are gonna be staggering it sooner than later. Okay, so jump again, throwing the tags, and you see this. She goes along the floor and still gets damaged by that. Anytime a little minion comes out on the field, he becomes a priority. And you can also use your silk skills to really quickly deal with them. And that's going to be extremely helpful. And then this charging attack, yet again, I'm just literally jumping anytime she is charging at me. And every time, almost like 90% of the time she goes low, the next attack is going to be up. Even though sometimes she can go low yet again. Now the flies are going to be extremely helpful, especially when you don't have an opportunity to chase down the little guy that is on the field suddenly, because sometimes they just spawn on the opposite end of you. But flies, extremely helpful. And you saw this obviously doesn't mean that you are not going to be making any type of mistakes, because it can happen. But here we only basically got hit once, following these very simple rules to the boss fight and just reacting to that. And remember, when she is charging, standing still or at least moving horizontally is the way to go. Not jumping, don't pogo on her back, and the moment any of these little guys is on the field is the moment you need to act. Sometimes there's going to be 2, so if you can catch both of them with 1 silk skill, that's going to be incredible. Otherwise, the cog flies are going to be your friend. Bye bye guys.